Today I'm sharing my Christmas basket full of picture books. Hey there, it's Mitzi. Welcome to my channel. Today I thought I'd do something a little different, and that is share this basket that I have that I put out every Christmas, and it is slap full of picture books. Now this has been a collection over time. I have went through this and cleaned it out and then added more picture books, and a lot of these books were from when the boys were little, you know, little board books and things they had, as well as books I had when I taught school, and then just some favorites. But I do go through these and clean them out every now and then, and of course add to them. But someone gave me this cute little basket. Now it's broken. There was a handle on it, but I keep it because it has these little snowmen on it. They're red and green snowmen for Christmas. I think one of them's holding a Christmas tree. And I loved the basket, and it was a beautiful basket at the time, but now that I've had all these books in them for so long, it's kind of worn out. Anyway, I still put it out, and I put it by my Christmas tree, and when the boys were little, we would always pick books from that basket to read, you know, just throughout the Christmas season. It was just a fun way to have new books out during Christmas time to read during the Christmas holiday. So these are just some that I have really enjoyed, and I thought I'd share them with you. Now the first one is Follow the Star All the Way to Bethlehem by Alan and Linda Perry. This is like the Little Postman. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it's a pop-up kind of book where you pull out letters and things through it. The Little Jolly Postman, I think is what it's called, is really cute if you've never seen that. It has like, I think it's fairy tales through it, like 3 little bears and stuff. But anyway, this is based on the same idea. So when you open it up, it says, then the angel told the good news to Mary's fiance Joseph. And so it says, and in fine print it says, look in Joseph's saddlebag to find out where they're going. So you have his saddlebag right here, and if you lift it up, you pull it out, and inside it says, follow the donkey to Bethlehem. And then there's other things on the back because this is actually a little board game. So the kids can play the board game during the Christmas season. So then I'll put that back in the saddlebag because I don't want to lose these parts. But all the way through, there are all different kinds of things. Like this one, there's the shepherds are out in the field. And if you pull this one up, you have a puzzle. And if you put this puzzle together, it's actually the angels, because that is supposed to be like a cloud. But this, if you put it together, is actually the angels telling the good news to the shepherds. So all the way through is just these fun little things that you pull out. This one's really pretty because it's the star over the stable. And if you pull it out, you have this, and it's over the stable, so over the manger. So it's just all the way through all these fun little things for the kids to pull out as you tell the story. And I've just always held on to it because I thought it was so sweet. And then another one that is a favorite is this book, The Year of the Perfect Christmas Tree by Gloria Houston. Now this is just a paperback, and I've held on to it because if you look right here, she signed that to me. I met her in 2001, and she signed the book to me. So I was excited to get that. I met her at one of our teacher conferences years ago. And this was the one that I picked up for her to sign for me. It's a sweet little story about a little girl. This is Ruthie, and she's getting the tree here. In this town, this is actually a story that Gloria Houston's grandmother, I think, told to her that was based on a true story, I'm assuming. But it was about, Gloria Houston was raised in Appalachian Mountains. So it's an Appalachian kind of Christmas story, which I love about it. It reminds me of like the Waltons or something. But anyway, so, and the pictures are gorgeous. Barbara Cooney illustrated, and Barbara Cooney does some great pictures. I've got several of her books too. But at the beginning of the story, you find that find out that the town has this tradition that they choose a family to choose the Christmas tree for the town, and they cut the tree down, they bring it to the town and they decorate it, and then the child in that family is the angel that year for the nativity or the Christmas play or Christmas pageant. Well, this particular year, Ruthie's family has been chosen. So it starts out that Ruthie and her dad, her father, go out and they climb the mountain and they choose the tree. But the problem is that summer, they go ahead and choose the tree during the spring, I think. That summer, her dad is called off to be a soldier in the war, so he's not home at Christmas. So then she wants to still participate and get that tree to the town, even though it's high up on this mountain, for the Christmas pageant. So that's what the story's about. It's a sweet little heartwarming, super cozy Christmas story. And if you like mountain, country mountain kind of tales, you'd probably love this one. And that is a favorite. Another favorite is The Night Before Christmas. Now, I have several Night Before Christmas, but I love this one because it's the Jan Brett version, and I love her pictures. Her pictures are always, I don't know if I'm showing these. I hope this in the camera. Her pictures are always just so detailed and beautiful. And the way she does a picture, she has the picture in the middle, and then there's all these other details around it. If you've ever seen the mitten that she did, it kind of tells you what's going next or whatever. It's just so sweet. I mean, look at how detailed this picture is. It's just beautiful. So I love this version of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. And I have also, because I love Tasha Tudor, I have the Tasha Tudor Night Before Christmas, because her pictures are always beautiful as well. She always has beautiful pictures in her books too. So I have several. Now, oh, I got another one that I just bought this from Book Outlet this year, y'all. This is the cutest thing. Look how vintage that looks. Is that not the cutest little picture book? It's a board book. Look at the Santa on the back. I just had to have it because why not? I mean, look at the colors on that. It's 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, but done in this mid-century looking illustration. Oh, I mean, look how gorgeous that is. I just couldn't resist it. So anyway, this is a new one that I just got, and it's a board book. So it's super fun, and I mean, look at those end papers on that. I love it. I love this book. So anyway, that would make a good gift. They might still have that on Book Outlet. Okay, this I love too. This is one of my favorites. The Amazing Christmas Extravaganza by David Shannon. You might know David, that picture book. This one was a favorite for a very long time. It's about this guy who decides to put up his little lights on his house, and when he does, he just has this one little strand of lights that he puts around his front window in his house. But then the neighbor puts up something, and his neighbor says, "Kind of a shrimpy little string of lights you got there, pal." Well, so then he thinks, okay, if that's what you think. So he goes to the store and kind of buys them out and gets all these decorations. So it becomes an Christmas extravaganza till he's got the 12 Days Christmas and playing in his yard, and he's got all these things. And it becomes a nuisance in the town because he becomes so obsessed with decorating his house for Christmas and having the best house on the block that, like, when the kids are going to be in the Christmas page and stuff, he don't have time to do any of those things, the traditional Christmas holiday, none of that, because he's decorating. And so it becomes a problem in the neighborhood, and then there's this angry mob that takes it on themselves to take care of it. And the pictures in it are really good. So I love that one. Of course, I love The Polar Express by Chris Van Allsburg. I'm not going to say too much about that one. I have 2 copies of that, actually, because I already had a copy. And then a professor from our neighboring college, she would send different of the students to my classroom to work. She gave it to me one year, so because I helped with the teachers there. So that's a sweet copy because she wrote me a sweet little note in that. Then I have a fun one. If you give a mouse a cookie, this is if you take a mouse to the movies. It's not really Christmas, but it happens at Christmas time. And again, I met Laura Numeroff, who wrote If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. So this one's not signed, but I do have some signed by her too. Let's see what else. Oh, I have this one I like. This is the Christmas Trees poem by Robert Frost in picture form. And really some beautiful pictures in this one too. And then, of course, a traditional favorite, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I always hold on to that. And this one was a cute one. I remember when I was in school, when I taught school, I used to have this long list of books I wanted at Christmas for my classroom. And I remember, I think my mom or my husband bought me this one, Olive, the Other Reindeer. He thinks that instead of all of the other reindeer, that he is one of the reindeer because his name is Olive. It's a cute little story. I think they made a little cartoon of this. It's a funny little story. And then I think I shared this last year, The Gift of the Magi by O. Henry in picture book form. Another beautiful picture book. And I love that story. Look at that hair. I just love this sweet little short story. So I have that one. I also have some vintage ones. These are my husband. If you follow my channel, you know that I decorate everywhere with books all over the place. So at Christmas, I put out Christmas books in different little areas of the house. And so my husband, a few years ago, bought me some vintage Christmas books. And these are cute because not only are they picture books, but they make a scene. So when you open it up, it actually makes these little diorama looking things in it. And you can clamp it together. And it tells the story, but you have these little 3D sort of pictures. So that one's pretty cool. Let me make sure I close it correctly so I don't tear it up. And then this one is like a pop-up book. It's called Christmas Time in Action. Oh, did I say what this was called? This one's called Visions, St. Nick in Action. That's the front of it. A very sweet little picture on the back. And this one is Christmas Time in Action. And it just says Merry Christmas everybody on the back. And this one has all different kinds of things, like The Night Before Christmas is in this one. But then it has these sweet little pop-ups too. So as you tell the story, you have a little pop-up 3D. And the story's down here, and you tell it. Let's see. And there's like all different kinds of scene. Every other one is a little pop-up. But then in between, there's like poems and songs and things. So those are some vintage ones I have. And then I have a few. Oh, this one is a cute. Oh, y'all, this right here is so sweet. It's about fall. This right here, my son, when he was a baby, this was a little golden book I found, I think at Kmart. And he kept this in his diaper bag during Christmas. And I just can't get rid of it because it was his little board book he carried around. I think he chewed on it. But I loved it. It's actually Rudolph. It's the story of Rudolph in a little board book. But I just can't get rid of it because he had that as a baby. This one is a sweet little book that I found a couple of years ago. It's The Christmas Truce by Carol Ann Duffy. And it's that story of the Christmas truce of, when was that, 1914? Is that when that was? Down at the front on a cold winter's night in 1914. And it has some really beautiful pictures in it. Let's see if I can find. It's a sweet little picture book. This would make a great stocking stuffer because you could fit it right in a stocking. And it's a great little book to have. And then I have just some random other ones that I've just picked up through the years that my kids in my class liked. Like, they really enjoyed this one, Mistletoe. They thought that was cute. And then this is just a Rudolph, just a paperback of Rudolph. Who will pull Santa's sleigh tonight? Who's that knocking on Christmas Eve? This is another Jan Brett, but it's in a paperback form. Oh, I love this one, and I used to read this aloud to my kids at school. It's called Auntie Claus, and this is Santa Claus's sister, and it's really cute. It's a totally different look at the whole idea of Santa Claus at the North Pole. And then just some other ones that they enjoyed, like Bears Stays Up for Christmas. There's a whole set of those bear books. What Santa Can't Do. And How Santa Got His Job. And then there's others, but there's just too many here to show you all. So those are some of my, most of my Christmas picture books that I keep in this basket by the Christmas tree just to enjoy, because I don't care how old you are, it's never too old to pick up a picture book and enjoy it, especially one at Christmas time. Do you have a favorite Christmas picture book? Let me know that in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.